You're murdering spirits. You're murdering spirits of children, of teachers, of educators, of families, of anybody who can move the needle to help these Black children achieve. Y'all are on assignment to murder their spirit.
I'm a life coach when I'm not doing this. So I'm a life coach when I'm at work a lot of times, and ensuring that everyone who is in a space that I am in leaves better than they were when they entered the space.
Hmm. That's great.
Pay attention to what Noreen says. Every time I go on this 3-4 minute soliloquy about how fresh and fly Kimberlyn is, oh, wow, that's nice, are the types of things that she says. So let's keep listening.
Sometimes I'm like surprised by people's responses. Like everybody's carrying so much right now. And a lot of us will make assumptions that, things are okay, things are not okay, that everybody's okay on the call. And then when we do a check-in, they're not okay. Um, any surprises regarding attitude that you've been able to like reset, or, you've had an aha discovering an attitude you didn't know was there?
So before I answer that, I do want to state for the record that spirit, and I'm going to say this, but spirit checks is something that I brought to the good people in Pennsylvania. They were not concerned with checking anybody's spirit before this, nor did they have a systemized way to do that. But that was something that I was very intentional about and made sure that it was included in any space that I shared with anybody, because I'm trying to sense the room, y'all. I operate off of intuition, and that's what a lot of climate and culture work is about, is making sure that you can feel the space. And I'm very able to feel spaces even though I was virtual. I'm very able to feel energy, right? So a spirit check is something that I put into place with people that I met with, because I needed to make sure that I understand what type of energy that we're bringing into the room. And if we need to shift that energy of what needs to happen in order to create this safe place to learn and grow.
Yeah, I can't necessarily say surprises, just because so Jana knows this, like I'm very intentional about spirit checks and remembering that these are people that are doing work and that we are all experiencing a global trauma with this pandemic. And it's important for us to acknowledge that and give people grace and space in the process. I do not ask people how they are doing if I can't receive what they say. So I'm always expecting that someone may come in and say, I am not having a good time. And I'm always ready to provide support, whether that be just listening or whether they just need that to be acknowledged or directing them to other services. Um, so, no, it's not ever surprising, but it is something that I'm always prepared for.
Hmm. That's great.
And I've seen a lot of great examples of that, Kimberlyn, in your work and your interactions with the team, whether it be a small group or a school meeting or internal, external, that you address that human element and give people a space for that.
Yeah, that can be exhausting.
It is exhausting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being done well, it's often exhausting.
Yeah, but it speaks to the pressure that everybody is experiencing, right? So, but then also, I actually just had this conversation in a school meeting the other day. We did a spirit check, and a couple people weren't in good spirits, and then a couple of us weren't. And we had a conversation about the guilt that is associated with somebody. You ask one person how they're doing, and they're like horrible, and then you're like, "Well, I'm having a stupendous day." Do I then change my response, or do I honor the fact that I'm having a stupendous day? And then how can maybe some of that rub off on the person who may not be having a great day? Maybe I can provide them a reprieve from what they are thinking about right now and allow them to experience a laugh or a smile while we're in the space together. And that was a really powerful conversation that we had. And when we left that space, um, they were very grateful that they had come. One lady even said, I started to take off work today, but I knew that we were going to have this book study. So I came to work because I wanted to be here for this. And I'm glad that I came, right? In the midst of everything that she had going on, she knew that if she could get to this space, that it would leave her a little bit better. And that was a very powerful moment for all of us that were there in that space.
So, y'all, this is like a healing journey, right? Which again is something that when people approach school improvement work, especially white people, they're not thinking about healing and repairing damage that has been done. Right. Just again, being in this white supremacist system of education, they're not approaching it with, let me dismantle this and let me heal the harm. However, Kimberland is all about healing. So the entire time that I am meeting with people, my intention is to leave them better than I found them. So there would be people all the time that will come to my meetings, and I'm talking school administrators, district personnel, superintendents, assistant superintendents, school board members, and they would say things to me like, I wasn't going to come. But I knew that if I got into this space with you, that you would make some type of deposit that would make me better. I had people that showed up to our virtual meetings that had COVID currently. And they were like, I need to be at this meeting that Kimberlyn is having. And remind you, at that time, the strain of COVID was taking people out of here. Okay. This wasn't like COVID light, like some of us have experienced, where, it was just some gastrointestinal issues or we were tired. Vaccines weren't out yet. Like, this was like people dealing with COVID, but they're trying to be at my meeting to make sure that they can get some type of deposit that's going to change their life. So again, they don't know nothing about none of this. They don't know anything about, like when I said, because I'm a life coach when I walk into any space. I'm always going to see that these are people that are doing work. These are people. I see the humanity in people. I even see the humanity in Jana and Noreen, as dysfunctional as they are. I still see the humanity in that they want to preserve their position at the top. I get it. There's sacrifice that comes with dismantling systems and releasing your privilege. I get it. I get it. That still don't make it okay, though. I get it. But it's because I see them as human beings. They don't look at us and believe that we are human. There are still people today in 2022 that look at us as Black people and think in their minds that we are not human. I'll be damned if I'm gonna let y'all do this to these children and act like it's okay. These kids did not sign up for this. These kids did not decide to go to schools where people don't even feel like they can learn or that they are human beings. I'll be damned if I'm gonna stay silent for y'all to sit here and murder spirits. That's what it's called, spirit murdering. You're murdering spirits. You're murdering spirits of children, of teachers, of educators, of families, of anybody who can move the needle to help these Black children achieve. Y'all are on assignment to murder their spirit. And I'm not here for it.